Man should not rule over man. Let knowledge rule again. The book of light, book of books, and savior of mankind. Aum.
I am LANOO, and this is the Book of Light. Welcome and glory to the Book of Light. This is the greatest English handwritten book and the most expensive in the world. $3,000. And I sold already some of them. I don't need the money. This was beginning to be dictated to me when I was homeless under the bridges on Los Angeles Santa Monica Boulevard in front of Patrick's Roadhouse, where I spent, before that, quite some times with the famous people of the world. Me, a German superstar who left Germany and came to LA for reasons that I don't want to explain here. And then it happened, and more I'm not permitted to say because, you know, it's sort of an ego trip and I don't want to do that. But this is the Book of Light. $3,000, 2,500 euro or 2,700 euro, I don't know, with income tax or whatever. I don't take 1 cent from this book. Not 1 cent from the money. From all the books that I wrote and write, about 34 now, I don't take any money. So you are confronted with maybe the only author in the entire world who doesn't take money from his books. These are just, for instance, production costs. 1,200 or 1,300 euro printing and 1,300 euro binding. And dear friends, I never had the intention to even do that, but I did it. So, what is the Book of Light? It reveals to us 311 trillion 40 billion years of human and cosmic evolution. 311 trillion 40 billion years, beginning with the reawakening of the universe out of the ever to be unknown into manifestation, until the universe will disappear again into pralaya. I can only mention now some Sanskrit, where Sanskrit is taught into this book, which are books because it's translated in Germany, in German language, in 13 volumes, I think. Good. Now, dear friends, when it began, I had already a problem, because it was dictated to me that there is no beginning and no end. I said, oh, how does the Book of Light begin? It begins with the beginning of the universe. But I thought there is no beginning, I said to the Mahachohan, who gave me the name LANOO, which means student. And he said, silent, you fool. Sit down and write. And therefore, dear friends, if we want to be serious about it, we have to understand that there is no Big Bang. There is also no creator God, nowhere in the universe. If there would be a creator God, he would deserve to be crucified each day anew. That much I can tell you. Because all-knowing as he allegedly is, he must have known, or he must have seen how this world would turn into what it is now, into this insane world ruled by insane people. My little dog is doing, oh, wait a moment, I'll be there. So, he feels alone, like we all. Yeah, come in. So there, sit down there. The problem with which Hawking died is that he died, and I heard from people who knew him, told me that he died with the thought, maybe there is a pre-universe prior to that universe. Maybe that's how it works. Well, a 5-year-old could have told him what then was before the pre-universe. And so the Book of Light begins with a shocking truth that I understood only a month after I wrote it down. What can I do? Concerning the beginning, where all scientists, everybody is looking for the beginning. When you go at night to bed, you sleep and you wake up the other day, you're still the same, right? Was the awakening your beginning? Just for that purpose of example, or no? There is no beginning and no end. There are only 3. That's taught in the Book of Light in the first pages. The source, all beings, and root matter called Mula Prakriti. And when the beings leave the source, they touch matter. And the forms appear according to Trishna, to desire of the being itself. So the entire world in it is nothing else but the sum total of all of the desire of all beings and manifestation, nothing else. From the worm to the mineral, from the mineral to the plant, to the animal, to man, human, angels, this and that, here and there. This is the truth. This is the truth. $3,000. 30 pounds. But you know, this is sewn. You see, this is not bound or this is it's a special binding. You know, you need that because of all these pages. But you know, we start from the alleged beginning, and all you scientists and archaeologists and anthropologists and theosophists in the world, I hope this book, which also, by the way, is all these pages are contained in one little book, summarized. The Book of Light for children, because children are our future. See what the adults did about it, or did out of this life. An insane world ruled by insane people. So therefore the Book of Light comes to our salvation. Excuse my horrible English. I try my best. If you think I am a guru, you have screw loose. I say that to people who write me. They and especially those who bought the Book of Light, and they said, "Now you are my guru." I said, "Are you insane? Are you completely insane?" My name is LANOO, the student and nothing else. So now listen. About 150 trillion years ago, the universe reawakened out of it's pralaya, it's periods of latency. Because everybody who works, God, even in the Bible, had to rest after 7 days. So we could ask ourselves, an almighty God has to rest? Excuse me. Okay, now. And you see, this is our secret sign. Why? The being leaves the ground, the source, whatever you call it, and touches root matter, the matrix, mula prakriti, impregnates the Virgin Mary. Nothing in the Bible is as it seems to be. It's a parable. It's a parable. Glory to the Book of Light. I'm 76 years old. I'm still strong. But even that strength will fall. And so I don't identify myself with my body, although I demonstrated to you now the reaction of a fool. But nevertheless, I'm not liberated. I was born with 2 sick lungs and my intestines hung out to my knees. I got the last oiling. What is it? The last anointment, the priest came. And that's it. They said, no, that's not it, said my grandma. Took him by the neck and pushed him in Austria out in the snow and kicked him. And she said, son of Satan, away from my grandson. And then she took me when I was naked in bed, just born, or maybe just 2, 3 weeks, I don't know. She put me naked as I was into the snow until here, and I did, and she said, and now breathe. And I did, oh! And I was alive. And the purpose of my life was to write the Book of Light. Glory, glory, glory. I didn't write it. He said I wrote it handwritten, but it was dictated to me. If this would be my knowledge, I would demand all the Nobel Award prizes in the world. And you see, I tell you something. This was dictated 30 years ago to me. Whoever received, most of the scientists copied from what they read here. They copied it. Well, they should have copied it correctly. For instance, more and more the archaeological, anthropological world comes to the decision that man could not have been derived from ape, because when they trace it back to the times of apes, they found suddenly human bones. Oh, they said, well, that's no problem. We set the ape back, more backwards. While the truth is that ape derives from man. Just one shocking thing. And they will come to that truth, I assure you. I assure you. So, but we are not there already. Let me tell you why the Bible is right. In a moment. I have to look to my little dog. What is it? My God. Well, this is a being that desires life, filled with Trishna. The dogs are on the way to human kingdom, for instance. Okay, I have to look at it. Sorry. What is it? What is it? I know, but I can't do nothing. Just take me. Yeah? Good. So. I thought I could, Oh my God. What is this dog? It's filled with desire. Or, do you have another explanation? Then tell me. You have another explanation? I don't. All beings are filled with the desire for life. And the Book of Light teaches you that this is an insane, sick, diseased state of being, of which the Book of Light can deliver you. You could die any moment. Listen, listen. I did some MMA in Los Angeles. And I was sitting in McDonald's, in a McDonald's restaurant, with a young fighter, 24 years. He said, I had my physical, and in 1 week I can fight. I'm perfectly fit. And he had a soup. McDonald's had a soup. He had a soup, and while he said that, his head fell into the soup. He was dead. He was dead. A young man who was healthy. So you could die any second. This is what I wanted to tell you. Come here, my dear. Come. Come. Oh, there. Say hello to the people. Say hello. Hi. Oh, I'm so alone. Well, yeah, then come here and sit down. And listen. Maybe you could learn. Okay. So, can you see her? It's a her. It's a she. You want to go on the table? Are you insane? Huh? Stay here with me. So, but it goes on the table. I can't believe it. It goes on the table. Nele, sit down. Look. Please, would you get out of the way? This is the Book of Light. Do you understand? No, she doesn't listen. Look. Yeah, this is the Book of Light. No, you can't eat it. And now? Go here, come. What? You want to sit there? I don't believe it. I'm flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted. Now you see, and the Book of Light teaches that the human being goes through evolutionary states of being. Mineral, plant, animal, man, gods and the higher beings. So, Nele, what is? You like it? She comes to the Book of Light. And animals, you know, for instance, some house animals like dogs, Jesus, for instance, is interesting enough, sort of symbolic representation for the closest beings to man, which is dogs. The dogs, I can't believe it. Dogs are very close. Why? Why are some animals so close to humans? Because the monads, the beings as we teach, are ready to enter the human kingdom. And they want to be close to us, so as close as possible. So the monad in this dog wants to enter the human kingdom. Right? Nele, is that right? Or not? Lift your ears if you say yes. Come, Nele? No? No? No, she did a little bit. Now come here, come here, come. A little bit out of the way. There, my darling. There and there. You can lay there and you can sit down, and so it's good job. No? So the people can see the Book of Light, you know what I mean, you know. You know, the thing with Nele is, in this you can see the state of attachment in which you are, maybe or not. If I make, oh, my little Nele, and I stop it, you know what she does? She heads against me to continue. This is how selfish you are. Yeah, I must say that. Sorry. Come, stay a little bit with me there. So there, I feel better when I see you, because I don't know what you plan to do. You know what I mean? You should take my Coke. No, I don't Coca-Cola. So, dear friends, and this is an example how the monads, or the being, the true being in this dog, wants to enter human kingdom, will be sooner or later, according to the teaching of the Book of Light, will have a human body. And Darwin was wrong. Okay, now, listen. By the way, the Book of Light teaches all animals derive from man. See, there's another thing that will flabbergast you. Yeah. Everybody who read this book, if you want to have the testimonies, I can give it to you, for people who bought the book and read it. Says LANOO, that is it. That is it. So, we are still stuck in the beginning, but it can't be explained often enough, dear friends. Is your birth your beginning? Are you insane? You mean an all-powerful God created you just in this world as a child of 5 years who dies of AIDS and starves and starves to death in the Sahel zone, while another fool in a kingdom, or what, a prince, or what, with ears like that, you know what I mean, or is having all the fun? Do you think that is what God does? Then you insult God. You are God. That is what the Book of Light teaches, and we are still at page 1, so to speak. What do you say to that, Nele? What's your opinion? Oh, okay. See, there is an archetypal universe. And along that archetypal universe, which is uncreated, pre-existing, and timeless, eternal, the forms manifest. Right? No? Okay. Now, you have to see, you have to be like a child to understand. There is no Big Bang, per se. This is the first lesson of the Book of Light. There's no Big Bang. You cannot look outside in the universe for your source. If you look outside, what science is doing now, these, I may say it with respect, these fools, they look for the source outside. It's like somebody who looks in water for the dryness. He dives deeper and deeper in the word, the dryness, the dryness. The source is in you. The Big Bang, the relative Big Bang that happens is in you. If all scientists would stop to create their stupid machines and begin to meditate, soul bath meditation, as taught. Okay, I'll show it to you. You watch out that nobody steals us the Book of Light, right? Nele, stay there. I'm back in a moment. Okay? Good, thank you. So here we are again. Here we come again. Dear friends. Oh, she's happy that I'm there. Okay. The entire teaching, the Book of Light, is concentrated in one book, in German and English. This little book, in English and German, one book. Divine Message from the True God Nirvana. And that's where we all came from. And it's no creator God. And so we have to stick a little bit, but first I have to get something to drink to stay awake, because last night I was talking a lot and I have to get some Coke, which I don't suggest to you, dear friends. Don't do it. I do it sometimes. See what I mean? I drink a glass of Coke, Coca-Cola. But don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. So, are you still with me? Oh, look, she's already... I'm here, sit down, I don't leave. Nele, you selfish little dog. You know when she loves me? When I give her some food. Well, sometimes, oh, there she goes. Bye. Dear friends, you see, I don't mind. I said to the great Chauhan who dictated this to me. The table is still standing. I said to him, it's too early. You know what he said? To me, to LANOO, to the student, silence, you fool! Okay, so now, as imperfect as I can, I promised to pass it on. If you dare just 1 second to see me as a guru, get out of here. I don't need you, you need me. That's the point. If scientists would meditate, as explained in this little book, Soul Breath Meditation, they would do more to the world than with their silly machines flying to other planets, soiling them as they did the Earth. This is no wisdom, this is no knowledge, this is foolishness. We need, see, what is the greatest problem in the world? The different opinion about who God is. The Christians say that our God is the true God. The Muslims say, no, our Allah. The Buddhists said our Buddha without understanding Buddhism. Because this little book is also Buddhism as it should be. Not the Theravada knowledge taught by the constantly grinning Dalai Lama. He is the greatest fool of all. And his karma concerning the suffering of the Tibetan people and so forth, we talk another time about it. I don't want to have that karma, believe me. Okay, now, still at the beginning of the universe, just to make you aware that there is no beginning. If I would do it as a law to scientists to study the Book of Light for children. I don't have it here. I gave all my stuff away. The Book of Light for children. Look at it on the internet. Christian Anders or LANOO, the Book of Light for children, Amazon. Because our children are our future. The Book of Light for children is like that. A bit larger, but even small. But you see here also. But the Book of Light for children is illustrated. You see, that's the difference. And of course it could happen to me. As it did to that young MMA fighter. Oh, sure, I'm 76. What do I? You see, you should still live as if you would die now, not driven by fear. It's wrong. If you would be the body, you wouldn't be afraid of death. and the body is afraid of death. That part of you which clings to the body is afraid of death. For the body itself, dying is normal. It arises and passes away. Okay, the universe arose and passed away, and will pass away in about 150 trillion years from now, when all planetary chains and galaxies and their beings and so forth will be sucked in again into the source. They will go by themselves because they are so tired of this silly game of arising and passing away. And I tell you something now from the Book of Light. We are still on page 1. Oh God. I forgot what I want to say. Yeah, what can I say? What arises must pass away. Almost nobody in the world wants to accept that truth. So they do Botox. They do... I knew some of the most beautiful women in the world. Then and now, how do they look? The salvation of a being is by studying the entire universe, be it here, handwritten, or in this little, and then to decide to detach from it. The Book of Light teaches all you scientists, biologists, teachers, anthropologists, who else? Virologists, well, the virological insanity, I don't want to go deep into that because we are blocked by it. I have books about it. Good. Now, all of you will have to turn around their thinking, not saying, how can we expand further into the world? No, how can we withdraw from the world into the source again, where we came from, that we left out of ignorance. Because people ask me, well, if all is so suffering here, why did we leave it? Because you're stupid. Excuse me, my emotionality. Nele, come here. Because you're stupid, and I was stupid. I left the source too. Am I liberated? No. But I know the source back. This dog, who says, "Meow, meow, meow," still thinks in the world there is happiness. He says, why isn't LANOO speaking with me? And he's alone. Shall I take him back on the table? No. Nele. Well, listen, Nele. Come to me, come. We want, come. So, come here, look, Nele. I put you here, and you can stay with us. You can stay with us. See? You stay with us. That's it. That's my Nele. That's my Nele. Because you see, Nele, I don't talk to you as a dog. I talk to you as a being that left the plant kingdom and the animal kingdom to a certain extent to be in the animal kingdom, and yet there you are not satisfied. Still there is frustration. Why? Because you want this and that and here and there. Whenever you want something, you are already doomed for reincarnation. And I tell you now, this entire book was dictated to me to tell you that you do not belong here. No way, Jose, they say in LA and in Mexico. I was there many times. They offered me in Mexico about 40, how do you call these mobiles where you can live in a luxury. There is on YouTube a report about that. Every year $500,000 if I would be their guru. And would sit there and sing. I can sing. I can cough too. They're esoteric songs. My esoteric songs. I fell for it momentarily. Then I said, no, not this. Neti neti, itimayasrutam. So, and now I tell you something shocking for you, but maybe leading to salvation to all scientists in the world. Use your knowledge to enable the entire world to become a monastery. And I say that already now to you. Create your own monastery. Leave them alone. Stay in your room. Study the teaching. Meditate each day. Let them be. Because then you will say, well, aren't we here to help others? That's what you do. You help others. Because when you study this greatness, in order to detach from it and to attain true immortality, the abolition of perception and sensation, then if that is for you, which I say is too early, I said to the Chohan, is 1 million years too early? He said, silent fool! Nele, what do you say? See, and I would suggest to you, before you buy that book, $3,000. I don't take money. I don't need money. I never needed money. My teacher said to me, you will never need money. You will be protected, even when you are under the bridge. I lived 4.5 years with Sean Connery in his house and his wife in Marbella. He did the pictures for my records and she painted me. Wonderful people. Yet also, I saw weakness there. Dear friends, this body and your body will not always be there to listen to me. And so I say to the entire world, direct your scientific teachings and your work towards returning to the source. Enable people, the entire world, enable them to withdraw, to detach. All the teachings in the world should have one goal: detachment from everything where you are in there, and for not returning into this insanity. I tell you that. Now my little dog Nele will not yet be ready for it. Let her learn through that. Nele, right? You think that you want to come back and be over and over and over again, right? So there you go. Okay. Wait a moment. I have to move these little candles. So that we can see our Nele better. Nele, am I right? Do you want to be human? You want to be human. You want to enter the human kingdom? Could a dog be liberated? I say even a mineral could be liberated. If, you see, this dog, Hele, is, what's the word? She has the great opportunity to face that truth, and now listen, not to come back at all. You would say that's not possible? I agree. Almost not possible. To all you scientists in the world, I say, study the Book of Light. Study it. And the German translations. And study most of all divine message from the true God Nirvana, and no creator God is meant by that. And you will see that only in detachment, only, you will find salvation, not in attachment. The Book of Light teaches even detachment to the highest heavens taught in the Bible. Oh, that's for sure satanic, yeah. For you maybe. Why do I say that? Because even in the highest heavens, there is transiency. This is the point. And you see, my ego says, I have all the knowledge. Yeah, I do it, but I don't apply it to my life. I'm a student. I fail many times, but this is perfection. $3,000 perfection. And yes, I gave the book also for no money to some people. I don't need the money. I never needed money in my life, because my teacher said to me, LANOO, you will always be protected. And if you sit in the shit under a bridge, and my voice is beautiful still. I'm 76. I sing some for you. Wait a moment. Nele, you stay here. You stay here. Oh, she's so happy that I'm back. I'll sing a tune for you. You see, I sold over 20 million records. What do you think? Who are you talking to? I sold over 20 million records. And I'm right now, since 20 years, #1 in the disco charts for the young people. With challenge. Greatest challenge is love, I sing. But this is... Far away from the city noise, deep inside of your heart, there's a voice in the silence calling for you. It's your guiding star. Just listen, just listen, and you will see. She likes it, she likes it. It is the Guru in you, the Guru in me. The light in the path shall set free. The Master is calling, he's waiting for you. It's the Guru in me, and the Guru in you. Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum. She likes it. Padme Hum, No, she goes away. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Because this is a detachment song. And she is still attached. Neela is still attached. Om Mani Padme Hum. She said, I don't want to go. I want to be a human. Oh. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Life is just like a blink of an eye in eternity. This crazy world in which we're living, it's not reality. Just listen and you will see. It is the Guru in you and the Guru in me. The light on the path shall set you free. The Master is calling, He's waiting for you. It's the Guru in me and the Guru in you. Om Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Dear friends, let me tell you something about the Book of Light. On the highest level, there is no mantra. The mantra leads you to it, yes, but in Nirvana you have no ears, no eyes, no nose, no mouth, no, you are liberated from all. This is why they say, and why the Buddha said, even the highest songs are just howling for me compared to Nirvana. Completely true. And dear friends, we are still stuck in the middle. Stuck at the beginning, where the entire desire of all the beings in the universe manifests itself and is confronted to its prior desire. It rhymes even. Neela, you want to come to me? You want to come here again? What is your desire, Neela? Come here, come. She says, I don't want to have the end of desire. I want to fulfill my desire. That is how we learn where we do not belong. And this is, of course, the most unpopular teaching in the entire world. Forget the Bible and the Quran, because La ilaha illa Allahu Akbar. The Quran says, God, in the beginning, God created. What did God do all the time? Sitting there, saying, I feel so alone. I want to create. Then He is fully responsible. She agrees. Fully responsible to all the insanity in the world. Because He, as an original creator, must have foreseen, due to His omniscience, how everything would develop. Then He is fully responsible, and He should be crucified every day anew. And I would provide for the nails. Maybe I would even put them in. Excuse me. This logic leads me to that assumption. Of course, that's nonsense. You see, because you don't understand the Bible, which is a highly scientific work. The Bible is only symbolical. Look. Nailed on a cross, aren't we all? To our anatta, nailed on a cross. She is nailed on a cross. She wants something. Nele, what do you want? I have to take a look at this. This is a being, a manifestation, who still thinks, she still thinks that she finds happiness in a dog's life. On the other hand, she says, I think I am ready for the human existence. Let's take a look. Nele, where are you? Where are you? Nele, what Nele? Oh, come on. Nele. Come on. Maybe I could convince her to stay a little bit with us. A little bit, Nele. Just a moment, right? That's a good. There. See, huh? You will come into the human kingdom. Don't you worry. Don't you worry 1 second. I know your desires. When I give her something like animal food, some stuff, that she comes to me. Oh, her face says, I love you. No, you just want me because I feed you. But I love you, Nele. I love you. I love you. Yeah, see? Whee! Yeah. There you go. She is the proof of the Book of Light that all animals derived from man. How? Well, study the teaching. In the Bible you would say, well, God created first the animals and then the man, and then man and the animals. This is not a contradiction, if you have the knowledge. But we are still stuck today with page 1. Where did everything begin? And dear friends, excuse me, if a scientist, a rocket scientist, a Big Bang scientist from the think tanks, I knew some of them, if you listen now, understand that there is no beginning, because you could ask what is prior to the beginning. There is a reawakening of latent existent powers. Do you understand me? Throw your books away to a certain extent. Some of them are good. And now turn around the purpose of your teaching. I ask all religious leaders in the world, all scientific leaders in the world, to unite in the Book of Light, to turn around your teaching to another purpose, to withdraw from everything, to return to the source. That I urge you. I know that the entire world is still on the path, manifestation in the world, being aware of, looking from inside outside, thinking that is it, and so forth. I understand that. No, I'm not. Nele, what do you say to that? Do you agree? Do you agree, Nele, to what I'm saying? Do you want to live, right? You don't want to be always a dog, right, Nele? Come on, don't fool me. Just tell me, just be honest, Nele. And she is, of course, this dog has eyes, ears, mouth, is driven by desire. Look, she leaves again. Come here, Dan. Come here. There you go. And it's understandable. It's called Trishna. The law of energy taught by Meyer teaches clearly that all energy wants continuation. All desire wants continuation. See? So, when we stick with the beginning, the reawakening, not the beginning. See, here you will have the explanation. Okay. Then let's get to the... Are you ready? Bereshit bara Elohim. This is the correct translation given here, which does not mean in the beginning God created. We are now at the core. Dear friends, are you ready? Are you ready? Good. It means, by correct positioning the mathematic points, through multitudes, the gods formed themselves into heavens and the earth. And that is the beginning of the Book of Light, the reawakening. The gods reawakened in hierarchical order, like the boss of the company should come first and then all the rest. And then but the truth is, Bereshit bare Elohim. Through multitude, the gods formed themselves into the heavens and the earth. That means there was a reawakening even of the gods. Driven by what? By tradition, by desire. And they impregnated the Virgin Mary, the root matter, and put it into 7 layers. Why? Because of their sevenfold nature. This is the reason. And that multitude it teaches here is the multitude of gods. 7 plus their sub-emanations, through which emanate the different nations on earth, causing the different religions in the world. Thou shalt not revile the gods, it says. It was God who hath divided them into all nations. Exodus, I think, 22. And there is somebody else who is ready for the incarnation in the human world. And here I come with her again and say, Nele, don't you want to listen a bit more to the teaching of the Book of Life? She said, well, okay. Nele, you stay there now. You stay here. Sit down. Come, my dear, come. It's quite cool on the table. It will be good for you. It will be good for you. No problem. Let's see. Will he jump from the table? She'll jump from the table. There you go. By the way, interesting. That animal jumped from 5 times her height. Try that for yourself. You'll be dead. What is it, my dear? What is it? Come, my dear, come. Come. I gave her a little, you know what, no drug, but some food. Now she's happy. Oh well. You want to have a dog as friend? Feed him. Okay. Now, dear friends, you can't be stuck long enough at the beginning, because that's where the error of all scientists politics, what else? Biology, virology, everything. That's where they stuck, these people. Lovingly, I say they are fools. Because they don't understand that there is no beginning. And that we are persona non grata on terra incognita. This is the point. And we can't talk long enough about an alleged beginning to understand that there is none. Three are there. All beings, the source, and Mula Prakriti, the root matter. So, and then the beings leave the source, touch the root matter, and cause themselves their original structure, of which now they are not aware anymore because they forgot it was too long ago. The heartbeat, the nerves, the kidneys, the liver, this and that and that. They don't understand. They don't understand that they caused it themselves. If you would be the body, you would understand everything. You would say, this is the liver, the heart, that's all good. How many muscles I move when I say this, and so forth. But they forgot it. We all forgot it. It was too long ago. Glory to the Book of Light, dear friends. I must finish now because I could go on for hours and hours. There is no beginning. You are a timeless, eternal, if anything, timeless, eternal being that, driven by desire, dive constantly into material world. And suddenly you identify yourself with the material. You tasted from the forbidden fruit, my dear friend. And you think, that's what I am. And God forbid you that. In the Bible it's a symbolic thing. Don't you had everything. See the birds on the heavens, says Jesus, they don't sow, they don't reap. They have everything. But you wanted more. And now you pay the price. You're all condemned to death. Everybody who is here did something that he deserved the death penalty. And you will die. How long do you want to continue to deserve death penalty? I ask you. You say, oh, this guy killed so and so many, and now he got decapitated or he gets an electric chair. You did the same. That's why you die. You have committed a crime. The crime was to be here and this, to touch, to impregnate the Virgin Mary. It's like a female, a young girl has the hymen, or what's the name? Not to be entered, not to be thrown through. But you do it driven by desire, and you pay the price of your lust. Let go. Glory to the Book of Light. Thank you for your patience.